So we are getting ready for our big book event with Nathan Schrader here, setting up our brown sugar to look like sand, and we've got some pineapple cookies that Miss Brooke Corpus. Brooke, she is a master at design, ladies and gentlemen, and can come up with any edible treat you desire. Ooh, let's see those pineapple cookies. Oh, Brooke.
So
you've done it again, Brooke. You've done it again.
All for you. My first appearances ever, I thought about having Carrie be me. I'm like, can you just, like, no one knows what I look like. You go be Carol Snow, okay?
That's a great idea. What inspired you to write this book?
To write this one?
Uh-huh.
I was actually in Maui on vacation. My husband and son were out snorkeling, and I was at the time I was trying to come up with a book idea because I had written a couple of others, and my publisher was looking for another book, and so I kept trying, nothing was coming. I thought, hey, wait a minute, what if someone's on vacation with their boyfriend and he goes out snorkeling or scuba diving and he disappears? And it just sort of started going from there, and then like eventually my husband and son came in, they were fine, but it just kind of went from there. I suddenly had, and this unfortunately doesn't happen as often as I'd like, but I had kind of the basics of the plot. I just thought, okay, what if this, and at the end of the vacation I had a plot outline and I sold it the next week. So.
Wow, I really enjoyed reading your book. It was fabulous. It was, I couldn't put it down.
Say that again a couple times.
I couldn't put it down, Carol.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Julie.
And you live here in Fullerton?
I live in Fullerton, yes.
Woo-hoo!
And actually, it should be noted, this book does have a scene at the Brea Mall, so, you know, not many authors can say that.
What can you tell us about your up-and-coming books?
Like, you know, I just happen to have the cover.
Okay. She's going to give us a sneak peek.
It's called Just Like Me, Only Better.
Okay.
This will be out in April of 2010.
Okay.
It is about a woman who bears a striking resemblance to a young, kind of imploding Hollywood starlet, and is hired to be her double. And it is set very largely here in Fullerton.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fabulous stuff. Well, it's just a pleasure to have you here, and we're just thrilled that you could come down to the store and do a live read for us. And let me see. Step back. Let me see how. Oh, there she is, ladies and gentlemen. Madison.
So thank you, Julie, so much for having me here. Okay, so I'm going to read you the first chapter of Here Today, Gone to Maui. So it's a light summer read, as you can tell by the... In the weeks leading up to my Maui vacation with Jimmy, I considered all of the things that could go wrong. I could contract food poisoning, conjunctivitis, or the shingles, which are reputed to be extremely painful, despite the comical name. As our travel date approached, without a cough, itch, or looming wet workplace epidemic, I turned my attention to traffic. Jimmy and I live at opposite ends of Orange County. He on the fashionable end, Laguna Beach, and I in the not-so-fashionable 40 minutes inland town of Brea, which is the Spanish word for tar. When I saw him standing in my doorway in a pale blue polo shirt, his sunglasses hanging from a cord around his neck, I burst into giddy laughter, equal parts joy and relief. I had never really been concerned about sinus infections, I realized, about traffic or flight delays. All of that was just a diversion, a way to avoid thinking about the worst possibility of all. I was afraid that Jimmy wouldn't show up. Buried it with work. He'd make it up to me, he promised. Cross his heart and hope to die. If a trip to Maui wasn't making it up to me, what was? I never once worried about what would happen once we landed in Maui. As long as Jimmy showed up, the week would be perfect. So this just happens to be for sale here.
Come up with a concept. How does it form? What process do you do?
It actually varies a lot, and there are times when Julie was asking me earlier about the Maui book, and that one actually came fast. Woman and her boyfriend are on vacation. He disappears. He goes scuba diving. He doesn't come back up. What happens? And it was kind of okay, where did he go? What's the, and it just kind of went. And sometimes that happens when I'm lucky, and sometimes it doesn't. With that said, I actually ended up having to rewrite the whole second half of this book because I kind of veered in a wrong direction. So I try to keep the concept simple and build from there. So it's usually coming up with an idea rather than starting from a character, and then I think, okay, who are the characters who would be in this situation? And I build from there.
Right. And that the second book came so fast because they said, hey, we need your second book. So what's your time frame now? Have you gotten to like a pace?
It got a little bit insane because now I write teen fiction and I write adult fiction, and they get booked on each other. So there have been times where I'm essentially writing 2 books a year, and that's probably not very sensible. So I'm like this, you know, I just kind of, I go back to my computer and I never leave the house. And I was at the beach when I had the idea, and I was actually walking by some beautiful houses that I wanted to live in, and I thought, well, what if someone switches and they get to be in that big house on the beach right there?
It sounds like you get a lot of your ideas when you are actually on the beach.
Absolutely. So I'm thinking beach house, tax deductible now.
It was very nice.
Very nice, very enjoyable, and I love Roadkill.
Yay.
It was a lot of fun, enjoyed it. I thought Carol was great at reading her book, and made you excited to want to buy it.
We're going to all cut it. She'll edit you.
Okay. Denise Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Good. How did you like the book reading, Denise?
I really enjoyed it.
You did?
Carol is so animated. I love reading all her books.
Mary, you just won a $50 Roadkill gift certificate!
Megan Kester, it's so good to have you here for the book reading, and I love your shirt. Where did you get that shirt?
I got it at Roadkill.
Woo!
I know, it's so cute for them.
Yes, you look fabulous. Let's see, turn around, turn around. Okay, and can you give us a little model pose?
I like your ring. Where'd you
Why,
get it?
thank you. As a matter of fact, I got it at this fabulous place called Roadkill in Fullerton.
Really?
And, you know, everywhere I go, somebody has something to say about it, and they're like, oh, I could never afford that ring, and I'm like, well, you'd be surprised. I won't say how much it is because the lady never tells, but you should definitely go there. You will be surprised, and pleasantly so.
Thank you. So, where'd you get your dress?
At Roadkill.
Oh, really? Cute. And where'd you get your necklace?
At Roadkill.
No.
Let's see.
Is it one of your favorite stores?
Yes.
Definitely?
Yes, definitely.
Well, you look great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, that's wrong.
Thank you.
Carol, you look extremely stunning tonight. I must say. What is that?
I got this dress. Oh, I got it here.
Oh, look at you.